Let's see how much damage they can take out of the game here with Zed. Jace being taken out from Worlds.
Right.
He has been on that ban list. They did some dirty things with him. Syndra banned out as well.
They're targeting high.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Towards the mid lane. They've heard that he's been having some trouble, so they're going to attack it. Kale as well, so we won't see that going in the jungle. Well, let's see what they round out. We're saying Gnar for balls in the top lane, but what's first pick on the other side? What does paiN actually want facing off against Cloud9?
Hopefully not a Lucian. I don't want to see first pick Lucian again. I want to see there's more contested picks that we should be seeing in first pick.
Yeah, also, Warwick and Pantheon, if paiN plays their bans properly, they can guarantee they get one.
Yeah, both are through right now, so that's going to be pretty huge. I mean, the Kale ban...
Oh,
that's a smart ban.
One gets through now.
So Cloud9 could let both through. Like, if you don't feel too scared about playing against Warwick,
that's true.
Warwick still has the same problems that he always had. You can stun him and get him off whoever he just ulted. As long as you run like a buddy system and you always have somebody next to your carry people with a CC, then he's not going to be effective. If you immediately knock him off, then again, he's just this kind of auto attack only champion. He makes very little meaningful choices. So
Yep, and we do see that is the case. They leave both up, Pantheon. And we're going to have that Warwick. Who's going to be the one to take it? Actually, a very long wait here from paiN. Discussing amongst themselves. You can see Charlie standing right behind.
It's like they're forced to do it.
They didn't expect it, right?
They shouldn't have done that. I don't think so. I think they should have just went for whether it was in Corki or whether it was picking up a Janna earlier or something. And then making C9, like put them under pressure and make them have that choice.
You can definitely tell Cloud9 are comfortable playing against Warwick.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a really slow early game. You can definitely take advantage of that. Mention the Pantheon being a perfect champion to try and take advantage. A Pantheon can take control of a game before level 6, and you have very little recourse.
I feel like this always happens whenever you have one unanimously agreed upon superpowered champion in a sense. A lot of times people don't even bother practicing it because it's like, it'll never get through. And then when it does, they're scared of picking it. And I mean, that was definitely not an instant lock Warwick. They were very hesitant to take that thing.
But good thing for paiN, Warwick is not a complex champion, so even if you haven't practiced it, it's fairly simple and straightforward to play.
Hey, I mean, what are you saying about Warwick?
I'm saying it's kind of sad that Warwick is the face of our new jungle that's all about meaningful choices. And his only choice is, who do I ult? Because he doesn't even have to choose what route he's going to go through. He can do whatever he wants in the jungle.
I think the Wolfman representing a jungle works out pretty well, though.
All right. All right, let's move on, though. Lissandra. We finally get our Lissandra.
Lissandra came in, I'm really excited to see Balls. I'm assuming it's going to be Balls playing Lissandra.
Yeah.
He has played it before. And I do expect him to be playing it this time around. I wonder what Hai is going to play in the mid lane, though, to couple with that.
Talon?
Oh, please no. Please no.
If they're going to be taking Lissandra and Corki,
it did not work for them.
They need physical damage in the mid lane.
This is true.
I don't think they're going to completely stack MR, especially against more Warwick stuff.
And, like, Lissandra still is a flex pick, so it could possibly still be Hai.
We will have to see. That's not going to be a Lux. That Morgana's probably going to get locked in, however. We will see the Mundo top lane. Interesting.
It's not too bad against Lissandra, Mundo, actually. Things that would be worse, something like a Gnar, or Gnar's banned, but Maokai. Lissandra does really well against Maokai, so I think Mundo's quite a smart pick in this situation.
Not bad. We're going to see safe laning from the top on both sides. Maybe we'll get a 2v1 swap here, depending on what else comes out in this game. But right now, we're still waiting for Hai, Sneaky, to lock in some picks.
I actually like a Morgana pick coupled with Warwick, because if you actually Black Shield the Warwick instead of your AD carry and you use your Black Shield offensively, then the whole simple solution of knocking him off of your carry becomes a little bit harder. And you have to sit through a whole Warwick ultimate. If he's got the Skirmisher's Smite, then that is a ridiculous amount of damage.
That's what SKT did, actually. A couple of days ago, they had the Morgana support and the Warwick jungle on Bengi as well, and it worked really, really well.
Well, Warwick, the paiN game coming out for them, paiN Gaming. Hai still waiting. They're taking quite a bit here. The discussion between Sneaky and Hai of what they want, and Meteos is going to go with Lee Sin. Not something he picked up when we first saw him playing, but definitely became amazing on it throughout the seasons.
He did. I'm actually very surprised that it's just taking Cloud9 so long to make those picks. Before you had the coach in the huddle for picks and bans, they would almost always do the instant lock-ins. Now that they get to discuss things more freely, they're taking their time.
I do like, that being said, I really do like the Thresh just because he has two ways to disengage Warwick if the Black Shield is not on him.
A lot of control to be brought to this game. Also going to have to maybe find a Twitch if it does get locked in here by Lacti. He may be switching over for a bit more front end burst damage on this one if you can get Graves locked in. And we will see down in that bottom lane, Morgana Graves, a lot of time being taken by both teams to lock these in. It seems that they are not really sure what they want, but they have to discuss it between everybody, make sure it synergizes with the comp, and then they'll take it.
As far as champions to pick against Warwick, Lee Sin and Thresh are really strong. They are two of the best combos when trying to counter jungle, get stuff done, and escape efficiently. The amount of wards they can throw, the amount of just massive mobility and catch they provide together is great at shutting down a Warwick. That's, I think, the main reason we would see those two picks combo together. If you just look at general like team fight champion strength,
yeah.
Cloud9's looking pretty weak when you compare it to paiN, but I think they're definitely going to make up for that with some really aggressive in-jungle invade play to just not let Warwick get to spots.
Yeah. At this point in time, paiN Gaming actually does look pretty scary. If the game does scale and go towards late game, with a Warwick, a Morgana, Mundo, Graves, Ori, they scale really, really well, all five of them. So I think C9 really needs to put that pressure on Sustain Jet, put a lot of pressure on early game, make sure that Warwick doesn't get rolling.
If they don't, then they're screwed, right?
I mean,
that seems really scary.
Devour right now as an enchantment for a jungle item is just so efficient. Hey!
So this is something that Faker or SKP did, where Faker actually played Ezreal mid, and I think they had Corki bottom. So they're running a double AD comp, which is really interesting.
All right, well,
Sure.
it's going to be a very interesting matchup, as you say. Cloud9 versus paiN Gaming. We see Cloud take the Corki as well for the mid lane. Kobe, one more time.
No.
He wants to do it.
Well, we just wanted to jump in because there's so much crowd control. This, by having an AD mid, you were wondering, like, they need some AD damage.
Yeah.
Not only do they have attack damage now, but they have plenty of that sustained damage to go with the control mage, Lissandra, who's one of the best control mages. And then Thresh has so much for the backline. It's just such a well-rounded
The comp came together right at the last
Exactly. And they also have that poke that they need, Corki. They have a lot of early game spike with a Trinity Force, and then Lucian as well has a really well-rounded curve.
I'm worried, I'll be honest.
Riv's giving you the stink eye.
He wants to go.
We're going to throw to a quick break right now. We will be back with our second matchup of the day. It's going to be Cloud9 versus paiN Gaming right after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Intel Extreme Masters San Jose. Cloud9 will be facing off against paiN Gaming, and I am joined on the bench here by the CLG retirement home of Monte Cristo and St. Vicious.
I mean, you got the whole cat, even in the analyst desk, it's the CLG retirement home, man. It's the dregs of former LCS.
Yeah, I'm included in that one. So what a fantastic game we have ahead of us, though. So double AD comp, let's talk about that straight away, because we've just mentioned it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope here in Intel Extreme Masters San Jose, clearly the power of Monte Cristo and St. Vicious combined was too much for the event to handle. Everybody, the internet exploded.
Yeah, well, as Kanye West said, no one man should have all that power, so we got a little taken away.
Oh my God, you're really gonna quote
Wow.
Kanye? Come on.
Kanye West quote. I didn't expect that from you of all people, Monty.
I'm a wise man.
Let's get back to the team comps. Let's talk about what's just happened. We wanted to talk about, obviously we saw SK Telecom running this double AD comp recently, just on Monday, I believe it was actually, over in Korea. What do we expect from this one? I think it's going to be, is it Corki or Lucian mid?
Well, it's going to be Corki mid, probably. It's the old, as Sate and I were talking about a little beforehand, the old Froggen counter, playing mid Corki up against Orianna.
Yeah.
That's all the way back to Season 2. But it's way more effective in Season 2, though, because you could farm the Wolves in the race almost instantly. You just throw the Phos Bomb in there and just, like, jack the Raves, and you'd end up with, like, 300 CS. You remember all the CS records? Like, this mid laner has 7,000 CS at 10 minutes. Like, what? It's too much.
Yeah, I mean, overall, of course, we look towards paiN Gaming, and we said massive Korean influence, definitely. Obviously, 2 Korean bot laners in there, but their entire team comp is actually pretty solid.
Yeah, it is, and we saw Lacti play some Graves in the qualifier for this as well. Little bit interesting, going for Ghostblade, Blade of the Ruined King as a build, so kind of like a bruiser Graves.
Yeah,
it was wacky.
It's kind of like a scrappy, kind of all-in build. But Graves is a pretty good pick against Corki. A lot of people are picking it now that Corki's becoming really popular. But I feel like Corki still kind of ramps up. Like, once he hits his power spike, he's a little bit better. And he has a little bit better late game, too.
Moving on from the AD carriers. First pick came in, Warwick, and you were like, no, shouldn't go for that one. Shouldn't be Warwick. What is it that you don't think is so strong? Because everybody right now thinks Warwick, Pantheon up there, they are the top junglers.
I think Warwick's definitely a strong pick, but it's not the best of the best. I mean, if you're a really good Lee Sin, then you're probably going to be able to outperform and put more early game pressure than the Warwick will. It's on Meteos to put the pressure on it and to take over this game before that Warwick hits level 6.
Yeah, but what I love about Warwick with this composition is that you can chain Infinite Duress so well into a Morgana bind immediately afterwards, and it's so powerful. We've seen teams like SK Telecom do it. Wow.
Oh, the hook on Leiko. Leiko in trouble here. He should be able to get away. Flashes out of it. They're not going to follow through, but instant damage on that top laner, and it does spell trouble, of course. So T is going to know this is coming. Just to get back to where you are, guys, if you just joined us, this is, of course, the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose. Game 1 between Cloud9 and paiN Gaming. paiN Gaming as the blue side, and a strong invasion early from Cloud9. This is not something we saw from the Unicorns of Love match.
No, first time that we've really seen a heavy invade here. And I want to talk a little bit more about Cloud9's comp because it is a little bit of a mirror of SK Telecom T1's. And they had the Lissandra in the top lane in that game, and then had the Corki in the bottom lane of that Ezreal in mid. And the logic here is because you are loaded up so heavily on AP damage that you need some attack damage in there as well, and it just feeds into the poke. Also, they had Morgana and Warwick instead of Lee Sin and Thresh, but the logic is still very similar with Lissandra. You can set up the heavy crowd control with the support follow-up with further hard CC, and that makes bursting down a single target very, very easy, and approaching a dragon between the crowd control and the poke, extraordinarily difficult.
Yeah, and also you mentioned before how important that early first dragon is, and just poking people out and being set up for it, and getting that first, the 8% AD and AP, and how important that is. And Corki, when you get that first Triforce, you can just set up for that dragon really easily. You hit a big one, or like maybe a Phos Bomb, and a team that's trying to scout out for dragon, you're gonna get that dragon for free.
Well, High in this mid lane, up against Cammy. It's not the usual combo we're used to seeing a Corki versus an Orianna, but as you mentioned, back in Season 2, when Frogman was coming up with all sorts of random objects, playing Lee Sin mid, which nobody was expecting. Meteos is going to get a lot of help here, a lot of leashing from Ball, so this is going back to 2014 season all over again, just having that top laner following, because, of course, we haven't mentioned the fact that they have had lane swaps. It's a 2v1.
Yeah, it's the first time today that we've seen the double jungle, isn't it? Most people have just been going standard. They're not really trying to be creative with their setups and lanes or anything like that, or even the rotations. But I think the double jungle is like still the way to go. It's still pretty effective, and because of the way the freeze works.
Yeah, unfortunately, right here, Balls is going to catch a big wave coming in. Look at the nice early ward there from the trinket, and this was not really frozen properly, and Balls is just going to get all of that XP and not be zoned out hardly at all by Lacti. A little bit questionable.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really bad. This is going to be like 2 levels worth of experience. Meanwhile, you look in the bottom lane, Mundo's just getting denied by the Thresh and the Lucian. He can't farm, like you can see they're even blocking his cleavers. They can't even farm with cleavers. You can't even walk up to even get in the experience range. So what's going to happen is they're going to rotate the lanes back, and you're going to have this like level 4, level 5 Lissandra against a level 2, level 3 Mundo, and she's just going to bully him and be able to make TP plays on the map.
Yeah, the last time I was watching paiN and Graves came in, they did lane swap it, and then he went, Lacti went for an early Avarice Blade, and Warwick.
God, it's very tricky to pin down a Corki when he's got that Valkyrie already leveled up, level 3. So Warwick just having a little bit of a drive there. We did just briefly see Ola there, Ole, I should say, briefly there. Still level 1, of course. You know, he's been rotating the whole time, just been completely roaming around the jungle, not being involved in anything at all right now. You can see he's got next to no experience because he's been letting them both farm up. But Leko needs the help right now down in this bottom lane.
Yeah, but the problem with this is level 1 Morgana and a level 3 Mundo versus level 3 Thresh and level 3 Lucian. I think they're going to get bullied out pretty hard. So it doesn't matter if the Morgana's going to be here helping him. He's still going to get denied the farm.
Yeah, you can't really do anything until you have Black Shield against that Thresh either, because you're just too vulnerable to the crowd control coming in.
Yeah, they throw that random hook in. Morgana gets caught. She's just going to get 2-shot.
Well, top lane, we do see, of course, Balls in full control. And you don't even need to look at the difference between the 2 top laners right now. 22 CS to 9 already. Obviously, already hit level 4, getting close to 5 already, Balls is. Meanwhile, down this bottom, Leko long way off it. A lot of pressure on the tower. They should just clear this wave out. This is finally Leko's time to get some farm, but you can see the damage that Sneaky's immediately putting on. That's a good dart binding. The tower hits as well. Mistake there. They do manage to land the Death Sensors hook straight in there. Can they catch on towards him? The Ignite is running, but they didn't quite have enough to take down Leko.
I'm really kind of disappointed that Balls didn't actually TP right there, because I think there was a really good opportunity to try and get that kill.
Well, I might want to save the TP just so he has it for the pressure on Dragon. I don't really... He's pretty happy. Like, he's getting free farm. He's going to have TP. He's going to have that ready. And, like, let's say they send the Mundo top now to meet that Lissandra. You can see he's backing. They're probably going to rotate the lanes out. I think he wants to hang on to that TP just so he has that pressure.
We'll see how it works out for him. There's Balls, got himself a big wave. Lacti, of course, just hit level 5. Ward goes out, so Balls planning on sticking around here. He is going to be a level 5 versus a level 4. If Leko rotates up here, he is heading up towards the top lane, so expect to see Lacti heading back to base shortly. You can see he's already made a purchase. High continuing to keep pressure on Cammy in the mid, and so far, out farming him. And not unsurprising, really. Of course, he's now hit level 6. Expect to see those rockets flying out, but it's going to be a tricky fight. Orianna versus Corki. It's not a straight-up easy win for High.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's actually winning that matchup after that devastating level 3 Warwick gank that he had on him earlier. I don't know how you're ever supposed to recover from that.
Oh boy. Well, Skirmisher Saber showing up for the first time today. Unsurprisingly, I mean, when you have 2 AD carries effectively on the same team, it's possible for Warwick to nearly one-shot them with a strong ultimate. So we'll see if that actually comes into play right here. But I do think that probably Cloud9 is going to control that well enough. They have enough peel that it shouldn't be the biggest issue.
Yeah, they have Lissandra locked down, they have Lee Sin kick, they have Thresh, Flay, and Hook. I think they have a lot of ways of avoiding that Warwick ult. And a lot of what's happening now is QSS is, what, 1,200 gold now? So a lot of people are going that second item. And also gives a lot of good magic resist. Like, they're a very AP-heavy comp out of paiN Gaming. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some really early QSSs coming out of the AD carries.
Well, something we did see is Balls going back once again, being back a couple of times. So, of course, got that double CS in that top lane over Leko. Has got himself the second Doran's Ring along with the Amp Tome. And now it looks like Meteos is going to pay a visit towards that top lane. There's a ward coverage in the river if he needs it. He has, of course, got the... it's the Gromp, not the Gromp, it's the
Raptor.
Raptor Wraith Raptor, they're what they call these days. But yeah, it gave him instant vision that he knew that, of course, as soon as it pinged off, he knew there was a ward in that river, which means he's going to return back to the red buff. Meanwhile, Sir T hasn't hit level 6 yet. We'll see once he gets that Infinite Duress whether he's going to make any ganks. Going to be tricky for High. He's going to have to get something to get out of there, because he's almost certainly going to be the target, I feel, once that level 6 is hit by Sir T.
Yeah, Meteos is level 6 now, and Lissandra, if there's one thing that she does, is it CCs people into oblivion, so it's going to be really easy for Meteos to set up this gank with the Lissandra. If he connects anything on this guy, he is just dead to rights.
Yeah, I think they were looking for an angle, but Leko immediately hit 6 right as Meteos got into that tri-brush, which would have made things a little bit harder.
Well, we do see High. Just going to dash away from that one. No panic. Something you do need for Warwick is you need someone to slow him down for you. That's for sure. You do need a little bit of setting up. I'll give you that one. But we'll see how the damage works out from it. Ole is coming around. We'll see whether that Dark Binding manages to land and fight its target. Cammy still covering off. He's done a hell of a lot of roaming in this one. And you can see Elimination mimicking that as well. Coming around to give the support. It is a blue buff that they are going for. Maybe expecting an invade here, but nothing is coming. We do see balls going down. He's just simply going to ward it out. And actually, it looks like a dragon rotation.
Yeah, not really sure what the Morgana's doing there. She's just running straight through the lane, and then she shows up and does a black pull on the blue, and then she shows up there. So this is why C9's going for this dragon play. They saw Morgana just run over to hand off that blue. They know they're nowhere around. So it's going to be like a free dragon for Cloud9.
Oh, the Dark Binding not quite landing. Little late reactions on the Valkyrie there, but that is going to be the dragon picked up. Look, Lacti close to catching it out. Doesn't manage to get it with that bookshot, and instead there's 4 members of paiN Gaming. There's the ultimate being procced from Leiko very early on. Can he land that cleaver? He does. The Sneaker's going to get caught out. The slow goes down, but there's just not enough damage following through. Leiko wants to go for it, but nobody else is on the same page. He backs away. And that was a little bit sloppy in teamwork from paiN.
Yeah, and look at that too. Losing the teleport for nothing at all right there. Cloud9 just really snuck that out. And High getting kind of arbitrarily ulted in the mid lane.
That didn't do the damage.
Shockwave! Oh, he flashed, tried to follow through, wasn't quite close enough. Good reactions from High there. And he does get out of it, and that Warwick gank didn't work, mate.
That looked really unsynced up. I mean, he ultied, Orianna was nowhere in range to do her ball combo, and it's pretty hard to just one-shot. He still has heal up. He didn't even Valk or do anything like that to get away until like the Warwick flashed after him. So it just looked like they're really synced up, or unsynced on that gank.
It's something we saw, of course, Unicorns of Love. While they had that dominant performance, there was a few questionable teamwork moments, but it is early days. It is the first game of the day on this big stage here in San Jose. The Intel Extreme Masters. Ping ward down, and Balls finds that one. He will clear that out. And Leiko has returned to lane, but Meteos, he's sneaking up. Should move unseen, and Elimination joining. This may actually be the first tower dive on Leiko, and possibly the first blood.
Yeah, this is where the chain CC can really come into effect. They're going to wait for Lissandra, see if Leiko moves up just a little bit more.
I think he knows something's up. I don't think he's going to fall for this. It's like, yo, where's Thresh? Wait, bot lane, where's he at?
Well, it could still be a full dive. I mean, he's going straight for it. There he is. Balls tries to lock him up, but he does instantly flash away. And, well, he's going to clean up the farm. They're not even putting pressure on the tower.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're actually not looking to take advantage of the fact that they have the TP up on him and do like a 4-man play bottom or try to do a dive or anything like that. The Lissandra's in a really good position to affect the bot lane, and it's kind of weird that they're going to roam the Thresh up there to pressure the Mundo who doesn't have TP.
Is that just a case of Balls is just like, I've got such a dominant lane right now, just back away, I'm happy to leave the tower up for a little bit longer to just smash him?
I mean, it could be that. He really needs the Morel Nomicon in order to deal with this Mundo, because that's the thing, is getting the Grievous Wounds down. I think one of the reasons why we're not seeing as much Mundo anymore is that there are so many champions that can just build this Morello Nomicon easily. We've seen Metathenes fall off a little bit since the changes to the Magic regen. And that really just shuts down Mundo hard. All of a sudden, you don't have to worry so much about taking as many ignites that you used to have on previous patches. Just, it'll be rough. It's going to be rough here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, for only 2,200 gold, you just completely negate Mundo's ultimate, and it's a really great item overall, but I don't think you're going to be seeing it on anybody outside of Lissandra this game. Maybe you'll see Morella's Nomicon Corki, you got the CDR on the rocket, right shooting it, but I think you're only going to see it on Lissandra.
Yeah, definitely. I was speaking more generally when we see it on the mid laners in the previous games as well.
That Dark Binding's not going to get close to finding his home from all of that. Instead, we're going to see Sneaky putting some pressure on Lacti. Remember, that tower took some damage early on. We do have 3 members of Cloud9 moving towards the mid lane at the moment. Balls is also making a move down the river, so everybody is collapsing. It is going to be the jungle. We can see them moving around, trying to get that vision out there. They want to fight for this red buff, and I'm not too sure paiN can respond.
I really like what Cloud9's doing here. It's like the dynamic duo. Any kind of CC jungler with Lee Sin, you have like or CC support like a Thresh or a Morgana. You just go around the jungle together and you just look for picks. Like, you get the deep vision in, you know where the enemy jungler's at, and then you just bully him out. And Warwick can't really deal with this.
Oh, Surtees going to be the one they lock up, and he's in all sorts of trouble. There's the first blood. Meteos is the one that picks it up, but that was a clean kill.
And if you were asking before why I thought Warwick is overrated, is because this specific reason. If you have a very aggressive support and a very aggressive jungler, and you start going into the enemy jungle and controlling it, vision controlling it, if you get caught out, you have no way of escaping. You have no moves. You can't run fast. Your E doesn't work unless they're low health.
Wow.
Oh, Lactey's in
culling.
trouble. Culling lands indeed. He's going to use that heal. He's going to try and stick around. He's putting good damage down. Elimination not quite enough. Sneaky finishes him off there as Meteor stacks it out. Elimination's going to go down. Oh, he gets something back there. Something out of nothing, honestly. That was good work from Lactey in the end there to just put the damage down on him in the first place.
Yeah, they're going to lose the tower here, though. I mean, this is going pretty disastrously for paiN at the moment. It really is an issue of divide and conquer, and the difference between Ole's roams and Elimination's roams have, I think, told most of the story of this game.
You also have to look at the CSing in the jungle. Warwick is a jungler that's supposed to farm up and scale up in items and just be ahead in CS, and he's actually behind Lee Sin, who is a heavy gang jungler, so I think that's going to be really devastating for paiN Gaming as it comes into the mid-game.
And you knew, like, before we even started, Meteos was going to Lee Sin, regardless, because that's all he's been playing lately.
I mean, yeah, I see him a lot in solo queue. He's always been a Meteos, or
Yeah.
Meteos has always been a Lee Sin fan. I mean, he may not be the flashiest Lee Sin player, not like, oh my god, did you see that sick, nasty, like, insect he did? No, he's a workhorse. He's going to move around and team up with Elimination, and Elimination is really good about vision controlling, so that's why I like the Lee Sin pick for Cloud9 here.
Well, Cloud9 have that 1,000 gold advantage, dragging up in just 20 seconds time. We'll see whether it is Cloud9 that make the moves for it right now, because Balls has that teleport going back up towards the top lane. Nico trying to put pressure down, but Lactey in all sorts of trouble here. He's going to get teleport support from Nico. They're going to try to force him out, but that was never really going to pay off for them.
He TP'd just in time for Dragon to come up, so he's going to be down there for it at least. But I think they're just going to back off and let the Lissandra push top. He'll probably get a free turret off of this too.
Yeah, and they still have the TP up. I mean, we're looking right now, that Mundo is mostly just a defensive teleport because Lactey had to burn his Ghostblade. He did decide to go for that Ghostblade first build that I've seen him do before on this Graves, but there is no armor right now on this Mundo, and he was getting hit really hard by this Infinity Edge Lucian. It's not really a way he's going to be able to deal with Corki now with the Trinity Force and the Infinity Edge Lucian. He cannot fight right now.
Oh, some risky play from Lactey here. He's going to go for Sneaky, see if he can get the damage down. Sneaky tries to dash away. There's one shot. Is it enough? No, the ultimate misses. And now Sneaky in trouble. Infinite duress. He will pick up the kill, but the rest of the team had been decimated at the back there. Balls comes around and picks up a double. And now Surti on the tower. I don't think you're going to die that way, buddy. It's going to be a simple pickup. Oh, unfortunately, it was Elimination that got the final kill, but a 3-for-1 almost certainly will lead to an easy dragon for Cloud9.
Yeah, you could at least got some tower damage there while he's running around. I mean, come on, that's like 3 autos. Like, I'm like pretty disappointed with this play.
Elimination with the unnecessary hook, too. Make sure that tower damage got the kill to go to him. Oh, boy.
Oh, that shockwave so close to paying off. One more shot. There it is. High gets the kill. And it ends up being a 4, and possibly this mid turret could well go down as well. Cloud9 picking up everything in the 16th minute of the game.
This is why you pick mid lane Corki with the Triforce. You get that level 11 super fast, which is level 11 on Corki is a massive power spike. You will literally two-shot any squishy with a False Bomb Triforce proc. And you can see it just bullies out the Orianna. She can't hold the turret. She can't even roam. You can't roam against the Corki. You'll get there faster than you, and he has poke to deal with you.
So is that something we've seen throughout so far? Obviously, we saw it a lot throughout the 2014 championships, is the mid-game. It's all about the mid-game right now. And it seems to be continuing that way, just rewarding that snowball-style play, especially with the fact you can start stacking those dragons so early.
Well, under normal circumstances, you would not be able to take all of these towers and dragons. This is paiN being very late with rotations, not responding well to the pressure that Cloud9 is putting on, and generally just being very uncoordinated. I don't know. It's probably the nicest way I could say it.
That was the nicest way I think you could say it there, possibly, yeah. Balls has definitely been very dominant in this top lane. We wondered what he was going to play. Drew the Rumble ban, which actually was a wise choice because we've seen Rumble being so strong. We know that he is one of those top players for it, especially in North America. But as it stands, it seems that Balls has found himself a new champion in Lissandra, and it's working well. Whether that's down to the simple 2v1 play, we will find out. But High gets himself that blue buff once again, and he'll continue putting pressure down. Ooh, I thought Cammy was going to face check that bush, and that would have gone horribly for him. So what do we make of paiN Gaming so far? They had the team comp, which could theoretically have worked well, but it's just been countered every step of the way by Cloud9 so far.
Well, the problem with paiN Gaming's team comp is they all have to ramp up. Like, Oriana needs to farm. She needs to get her second, third item. Mundo, he's not that strong off the start. Warwick, he does nothing pre-6. You saw the level 3 Warwick gank. And you just have all these champions that are weak early. You can't pick a team comp that's weak in almost every single lane early and expect to make it into the mid game.
And also, the Graves pickup was a reaction to seeing that Corki, and then it was flipped around on them with the last pick of Lucian. So then they had to move the Graves up into the top lane, and they couldn't even get any bully pressure down on any lane whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a really good flex pick, Cloud9 just rotating that around. And one thing I wanted to point out that Cloud9 does is, if you notice, Lee Sin, he's farming the enemy jungle. He's not farming his jungle at all at this point. And that's really detrimental to the jungler because you don't have conservation in the game anymore. So before, if you took the jungle, you'd be building up the conservation stacks and like, well, I got 80 gold I can cash in once I eventually get the camp. Now you don't even have that extra gold, so you just fall massively behind. Like if you look at Warwick's items, he's going for a Vamp Scepter right now. There is no way he's going to survive against that enemy team comp, ulting in when going for a Blade of the Ruin King. He's just going to instantly die.
Well, this is what we wondered at the start, whether he'd go tanky or straight damage. He's going for the damage route, but as I mentioned, if he infinite duresses on anyone, they're just going to turn around and smack him straight in the face. Balls coming around, could steal the blue buff, but realizes it's up. But the rest of his team, of course, are in the lower half of the jungle. They are making their way up there, though. Meteos and Lemonation making their way towards this blue buff. You can see Sir T off the side. Cammy's just waiting in the wings as well. Ball's taking a lot of damage from Liko this time around. Being baited in, though. Drawn in. Liko hooked in. He's going down. And that's another clean pickup by Cloud9. And then they're going to move in on the blue buff. paiN are desperately trying to take it as quick as possible. They may end up smiting this one away just to secure it. They do, but no, Meteos comes in and takes it as well. Everything is being taken away from paiN right now.
This is such good forward play with an advantage from Cloud9. They are just choking the life out of paiN right now in this game. There's really nothing that paiN is going to be able to do. Their only real form...
Oh, Lacti hooked. Is it going to be enough? Lemonation goes down. Cammy's the one that picks the kill up there. And that may be a small saving grace. Sir T with infinite duress available, going to try and lock onto someone, anyone. Can he get close enough? That's the question. He's on the hunt. He's got the scent. It's going to be High that he locks up on. A quick kick away from Meteos. High will go down to Lacti. Dark Binding doesn't land. Sneaky dashes out of the way of that one. But what can paiN do about this? They've managed to pick up 2 kills on Cloud9, but there's no objectives to be taken.
That was a little bit too far forward from Cloud9. They have a massive poke advantage right now. There's no reason to walk up to that turret.
Elimination just tends to get a little bloodthirsty sometimes, you know. He's a little feisty. But yeah, they're still doing the same thing. They're taking the enemy jungler, choking off the Warwick, and eventually he's just going to become like a dead limb. He's just going to be like, yo, man, I got a Vamp Scepter. Oh, you guys got 4 items? Okay. And he's just going to be useless in these team fights. And I think that's like what Cloud9 needs to do to shut out this game. They just need to keep controlling the jungle and then, of course, just go in and secure the dragons.
Another teleport that didn't work out for Liko. You could see what he wanted to do. He did get the assist gold with that cleaver onto High. But as it stands, paiN Gaming still trailing fairly heavily here. And Balls now with that Zhonya's Hourglass is going to be much more aggressive than he has been.
Yeah, I don't see any way that anybody can kill Balls now. He has the Hourglass and he has his ultimate on top of that. So if they ever do decide to collapse on him, he has a lot of ways of getting out.
One more dragon setup going to come in right now. See the wards going down. They are very well set up for this double sight stone. I'm not seeing a lot of hope for paiN Gaming right here.
Oh, Meteos is making fast tracks here. They're going straight down on towards Sir T. Lands the kick, doesn't follow through. Doesn't get that Lee syndrome, doesn't need it, honestly, but they had good vision of him. And that was a quick collapse from Cloud9, but paiN Gaming are trying to react from this one. They do both have their top laners teleport 4 balls, but nothing for Liko. There's the dragon spawning. And paiN Gaming are simply, I think, going to be watching this one go down. There's the 3rd dragon for Cloud9 now. And that gives them that movement speed advantage. And that's only going to spell more trouble for paiN Gaming.
Yeah, the movement speed advantage is really big because it allows you to just rotate around the map and be slightly ahead of your opponent. I mean, there's not really that many outer turrets left. There's just these 2 over here. So I think they're just going to be controlling the enemy blue side jungle, like taking all that farm, making sure that the Orianna doesn't get the blue, and then eventually just poking them out and whittling them down and taking these turrets.
Yeah, what's interesting about the gold efficiency on the movement speed is that as a stat, it only has...
Oh, they're going for it. It's going to be Lemonation they're focused on. They do get him down, but Sati taking so much damage from the back of that. We do see High now going aggressive. They know they've turned and used it. Shockwave pulls in Sneaky. Not enough damage, so Cammy gets kicked nicely by Meteos, and they just destroy him where he stands. Lacti, though, gets a response. Sati's the one that picks up the kill on Balls, so they did manage to take him down. Ends up being a 2-for-1, I think it was, in paiN's favor.
Yeah, I think Elimination just, he's getting a little too greedy, so they keep taking these unfavorable trades. Luckily, there's no objectives for them to get outside, you know, pushing a turret, which they can't do because they're all too low health anyways. But I think they just need to slow down a little bit and then just go back to what they were doing before, is vision controlling, using the double sightstone.
Is that going to be enough? They land the Dark Binding. I'm not sure what he was hoping to do with that. just to annoy High, maybe.
He was establishing dominance.
Oh boy, yeah. I really think that Lemonation needs to just chill out a little bit and only use his hooks if that Lissandra ult goes down first. And we see there's the engage onto Elimination right there. They try and get the Morgana ult down onto Sneaky. High kind of turns that corner a little bit. And here we go. Here is the ult onto Lacti, but he probably should have used it on himself right there for a little more preservation when you're going into 4.
Yeah, he didn't really... I guess he thought the backup was coming a little bit quicker, and the Cavalry was busy getting Orianna ultied, so... And then, actually, I don't really agree with this build that Corky's going, or High's going. He goes to the Blade of the Rune King second. When you have, like, this kind of poke damage that you want out of your mid lane Corky, and BT just a lot better against that.
Oh, Ole's going straight in, face check, trying to get the ward down, quickly picked off. Cloud9 now have complete vision control over that Baron buff area. They may go for it, they may just push on. I'm not too sure whether paiN would be able to react if they do push for it instead. It looks like the top lane and the mid lane is going to be pushed. And Cloud9 just trying to see if they can pick something else off here. That mid lane turret is going to be the focus, and paiN Gaming, they're going to be forced to back away. They're sneaky, we're using the Cullen, putting the damage down, and of course with the double AD comp, you can put so much burst onto those towers. Leiko coming across, but really not a great deal he can do about this one.
Wave clear is so limited right now because if Grave walks up to Buckshot, he's going to eat a rocket more than likely, or a piercing light from Lucian or something like that. So there's almost no way to safely clear these turrets with the zone control that Cloud9 has. And look at Balls, he's just constantly threatening to claw underneath the turret and dive them.
As the tower going down, paiN back away. Balls not able to flank and pick anything up from that one, and Cloud9 will just take their time. They're going to chase on towards Leiko. They do manage to land the kick, but they don't follow through. It's going to be a blue buff pickup instead. Quick dive around from High with the Valkyrie there. Can they clean this one up? Looks like they will. paiN Gaming not going to get themselves a blue buff once again. And Cloud9 will just disengage and back away. Will paiN choose to follow? It may well be a mistake if they do, because they have zero vision in and around it. I can tell a lot. They've got 2 good wards around there, but High lands the rockets. Cloud9 not done yet. They're going to maybe push back on towards the inhib. No. Clever play. Going to move straight across to the top.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of controlling the blue buff and making sure that Orianna's their main form of wave clear, and you can see that she's always running around with like 20% mana because she's having to use all of her mana just to clear that wave out, and she can't really use any to fight back.
And the changes to the mana regen in the first place make Athene's less efficient in that regard, so much easier to run out of mana these days.
Yeah, I think on the old patch, she would have been good to go.
Oh, the Shockwave pulls in. Lemonation does manage to catch on towards him. Ball's now exhausted. There's the Infinite Duress. They do pop him down quick enough, but quickly reacted there. Meteos comes in. Sneaky picks up the kill. Leiko trying to catch on towards him. Good kick away. Ole now in trouble. Does manage to get the ultimate down just off the side there. We see Lacti coming in. Can they get the damage down? Lacti could clean up here. Leiko on him. Tries to put the damage back on, and one more shot should do it. Sneaky taken solo. Sneaky with the Contra. Will he get the Penta? Oh, he does, but it's quickly countered. Meteos gets in there, gets the triple. And wow, a 4 for 5 in favor of Cloud9.
Oh, they tried so hard to give that over to Sneaky in this game, but they had to have Meteos finish it off because Lacti did end up taking out for the triple first. Oh boy, okay, so you can see her a little bit aggressive, but Lemonation really the only one who gets caught inside of that shockwave. Balls again gets melted before he can do hardly anything right there. Didn't have a chance to ult even, so Cloud9's, I think their team fighting here has just been a little bit confused. They need to poke down before they actually start going for some of these big engages. And Sneaky on the outside right here, you'll see him dash forward again, trying to get it to him. Oh, so close before the resonating strike takes out Graves.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is on balls. You always see him on the side, like looking to flank the enemy, and I think he just needs to be sitting there trying to be a counter engage rather than initiating the team fights, because it's really on paiN Gaming to initiate the fight and to stop Cloud9 from poking down the turrets. You have a double AD comp. You don't really have to be looking for these picks.
We'll see how it works out. Cloud9 with the Dragon spawning in 13 seconds, looking to get their 4th stack of the game. paiN trying desperately to defend it, but after that last fight, maybe it will give them confidence. They just got 4 kills on the board. They know they can get them if they find the right targets. If you look back at that fight, Surti, with that infinite duress, landed the instant the Dark Binding landed, so it wasn't really chain CC'd, but they got the damage down, but you saw how quick he was popped. Cloud9, a little bit more cautious about this Dragon this time around. They are feeling a little bit of pressure from paiN Gaming.
Yeah, this Dragon's really big because it puts basically a 6-minute timer window on when the game's going to be ending.
Oh, they get the Hawk on Surti. Quick infinite duress, but there we go. Look how quick he goes down. Full damage build. Good shockwave lands on towards him. Lemonation going to be the target. Have they got the damage to follow it off? No, the shield from Meteos keeps him alive, and now Cloud9 just forced them away. High going aggressive on towards Cammy. Cammy running away from this one. Should paiN avoid it? No, Meteos flashes through. Doesn't choose to follow through. There's 3 members of paiN there. Wise choice to back away. And we do even see balls teleporting to the top to make sure that tower stays alive. And it was all now going Cloud9's way.
If you look at how Cloud9 did that team fight, they waited for the Warwick to come into them rather than going after them. And they really have no options, because if Warwick dives in, you saw he died literally in 1 hit. I'm pretty sure like Lucy and Infinity Edge crit him, he died instantly. So I think if Cloud9 keeps fighting like this, it's going to be a really rough game for paiN Gaming.
I think that Balls could be playing these team fights a little bit better, though. If they want to wait for that Warwick ult to come in, I think the best way to use Lissandra in this scenario is just to E forward and ult yourself, just to zone off the rest of the team while your double carries force on. But Lemonation a little bit caught out.
It's going to get taken down. Lac-T gets the kill, but the rest of Cloud9 now claps in towards them. Surti trying to take down that little scuttling crab in that rivet. Will give them the coverage of the Baron, but they can't.
He's got the move.
They keep resetting on him. They just managed to finally take him down. So they got vision and a ping ward in that Baron, which is almost certainly a target for Cloud9 at this stage, with 4 buffs on the board from that Dragon. paiN, though, grouping up. Can they push and take down their first tower of the game? I doubt it with Cloud9. They have very good wave clear. They get a couple of shots on there, but that is all it's going to be for them. Just about 3 shots on a tower. That's tough.
Yeah, paiN Gaming could somehow start getting these turret kills. They could even up, like, there's 3,000 gold, global gold just sitting on the outside of the map that they can easily pick up if they could somehow just hold mid and send like Mundo off to split push. But I think Cloud9 is going to be really, really, really hard pressuring that Baron. Like, now they have armor on the Lee Sin, so now they can actually effectively bait it. And he probably has some points in his W now, so they don't really risk too much to actually start the Baron and maybe look to turn off.
Scrying orb used. Cloud9 spotted, taking that blue buff once again. I think for the 3rd or 4th time away from Cammy. He's never had his hands on that one yet. Leiko getting caught out. Look at that. Putting some sizable damage down on towards him. Still only got that Sunfire cape out. Spirit Visage, that's going to be balls locked up and taken down by Surti. Can they follow through now? Have they got the damage to lock up there? You can see Sneaky just at the side, putting the damage down on Ollie with the Culling. Does a hell of a lot, burning him down at the side, and they have got themselves a small advantage. Can they get anything from it? No, because there's nothing to be gained. And again, it's a kill with no objectives.
Oh, that's just another time that Balls has just been a little bit out of position. When you play a composition like this, it does have to be very, very exact, because you are so squishy. You lack that tankiness. And Balls getting locked up and bursted down before he can use either his ultimate or the Zhonya's Hourglass is causing a lot of problems. He needs to play further back.
You know, I'm actually surprised that he went rushing the Void Staff rather than trying to go for like a QSS, because if you got a QSS, you don't have to worry about the Morgana, you don't have to worry about the Warwick, and you can actually be in these really vulnerable positions and bait the Warwick ult. The Warwick's going to ult you, then guess what? You ulti him back, and you're just going to insta-die, and you'll be completely safe. And you have your Zhonya's to back up as well.
I agree entirely, especially because there's such little magic resist out.
Oh, Ollie got out there. He's going down. No doubt about that one. Cloud9 may actually start themselves off on the Baron now. We can see Surti thinking about backing off. There's the Baron start. Not a lot of vision in there for paiN Gaming. They're going to be well aware of this. That's a very, very quick Baron, honestly, with a combo team on paiN. They did go for it. That's going to get them locked up. They're going to go down. Leiko doing what he can to get away from this one. I'm not even sure even the hit point regeneration of Mundo is going to be enough. Meteos comes flying through, and Balls picks himself up the kill. And now, with the Baron buff, Cloud9 should surely storm through the base.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Balls ulting himself instead of somebody else, making sure that he doesn't go down too quickly.
Yeah, he just needs to be a front line, like a buffer for his team, so the AD carries can sit back and do damage. Because Corki and Lucian right now are doing absolutely insane damage. They will kill anybody on their front line. Mundo doesn't even have that much army. He's like ninja tapping fire.
Ball's actually taking very low. Zhonya's will keep him alive. There goes the inhibitor turret. Hook goes out, not going to land. And Cammy, not a lot to respond to. There's the inhib. And Cloud9 will back away. So, first inhib of the game down within 33 minutes, honestly. If you'd have saw the start of this game, you could have honestly called it within 20 minutes, but they've taken a while to close this one out, Cloud9. As we saw before, and Surti going in very deep on this one. They're just going to get destroyed round left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And wow, that was something from paiN Gaming right there.
Well, what do you do at this point? Because here, that little timer in the top left of your screen is ticking down to the 5th dragon buff, and they have Baron. And if they have Baron and the double dragon buff from the 5th level, there is no way you will hold.
Yeah. It's a 16% damage bonus, everything else that comes with it. Everything doubled, of course, with that 5th stack. There's the Nexus turrets going down, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Cloud9 will take game 1 in the series here at the Intel Extreme Masters in San Jose. It is a best of 3. It's not over yet, but Cloud9 starting out well in this first matchup.
Yeah, I think the takeaway there is that they really need to be, Lemonation and Balls need to be more cognizant of their positioning, because Lacti was surprisingly able to take advantage of many of those kind of choppy team fights from Cloud9, and he was picking up multi-kills, and you let an AD carry get back in the game like that, and you may have some trouble, but Lacti's positioning in those team fights was generally pretty good considering how far behind he was.
Yeah, they kept getting favorable trades even when they were, 7K behind at one point, and I don't think that should ever happen. I think Cloud9 just, they need to group up a little bit better, take a little bit less risk, and of course, build a QSS if they have Warwick. I mean, for the love of God, especially if you're going to be diving into 4 people by yourself. Yeah.
I mean, it was a great start, honestly, for Cloud9. They had everything they needed, and obviously you just need to look at the lane swaps that happened. They took full control of that jungle. It was a very good start for Cloud9. They do eventually close this one out. We're going to go over to our expert desk to take us through game 1.